Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to PC Building Simulator Let's Play series. In the previous episode, we had one heck of a time fixing tons of PCs. And we ended up with a bit of a conundrum. We have a bit more advanced stuff coming in now in terms of jobs, and so today we'll be analyzing these more in detail. It's not as straightforward anymore. We're starting to get just these types of objectives where it says I want to play this minimum spec, and it's up to us to give the right parts and stay within the budget. We've also started getting 3D Mark score stuff objectives, so things are taking shape. So today, let's go and analyze this. Let's go and go for some virtual shopping. I know that's something that we would like to have, at least virtually, because in real life, I think stocks are still pretty scarce. So this game is actually a very good relief for virtual retail therapy. Anyway, alright, so let's continue. Let's go to our notes here. And we actually have two guys right now. We have Jazzy C, which is this guy, Charles, who wants the minimum spec. And he also wants antivirus and or cleaning. And I think I've done that already. But let's see, right? One thing at a time. So we'll have to do the analysis on his PC itself, and then let's go to the next other customers in here in the list. So this is Jazzy C. Indeed, this is his PC. And have we cleaned it? It doesn't look dirty, does it? Yeah, it doesn't look dirty. Let's go ahead and remove the virus first, because I took in my notes, it's either he has viruses or he has a dirty PC, because he's been complaining of slow performance. So let's see. Let us see. Oh yeah, it does seem a bit slower, doesn't it? Probably not. I'm probably just impatient. There you go. Those are the guys. So that's one of the hidden objectives. That's done. Right? Let's go ahead and mark that here. So we are... we know and we don't forget. Done. Right? And then the minimum spec, I want to also... This is what we installed last time in the previous episode. This will it run software. And if we go for CS source, I believe. Yeah, this is the one. So he needs more VRAM. Yeah, so what we can do is we can buy him another slot of 2 gig. That will get him into dual DIMM as well. Memory, or 1 second. How many slots are you using right now? Yeah, just one. So that guy, actually, we can copy that, right? So he'll get 4 gig and he'll have enough to play. So let's do that one step at a time. So let's see, 2 gigabyte. Let's go back here and have a look at his stats. Get that exact one. 1 second. It says he has an 8 gig in there. T4 Stark Red 8 gig 2400. 1 second. Am I not looking at this right? You have 2. No, it's VRAM. Sorry. Yeah, it's because of the GPU. Okay. So RAM is this one, he has 8 gigs, so that's consistent, but his VRAM is too low. So it's kind of hand in hand, this VRAM and your graphics card, because VRAM stands for video RAM. That's the RAM included in the graphics card. So we mainly have to upgrade his GPU and CPU, more like. Right? Yes, and the minimum is a 1050 gaming 2G. Yeah, 1050 gaming 2G. Let's have a look at the parts ranking. 1050 gaming 2G. I think it's this one. Yeah. Yeah, not the best. Not the best. What does he have at the moment? He actually has a GTX 1050 Gaming 2G. That's what he has. But what he needs... Oh, I have to read this better. What he needs is an R9 283G. There we go. R9 283G. That's how you read it. R9 283G. Okay, so it's this guy probably somewhere here. So he's way down at the bottom of the list, number 44. And what he needs is this guy, yeah? R9 280. So let's get him at least R9 280. 3G. But I want to maximize his budget because he has a $700 budget. So I want him to be happier. If he has that enough money, we can maybe get him something better. And then Ryzen 3 quad-core 1200 is what he has, but he needs this one, right? A Ryzen 5 quad-core 1400. Ryzen 5 quad-core 1400. Ryzen 5 quad-core 1400. Okay, so let's go shopping. As long as those two sum up to 700 or less, then we should be good. So let's go and keep that in our notes. So let's go for the video card first. Graphics cards, yes. Let's pick the most expensive. So that's around the 495 range. That's around 500. If we get the top of the line for the GPU, probably don't need that. But in terms of CPU, we'll need Ryzen 5 quad-core 1400 is what he needs. So this is the minimum, so 170. But the problem is, what does he have at the moment? Is his motherboard even compatible? That's the tricky thing. So he currently has a Ryzen 3 quad-core 1200, right? A Mortoni A320M M-Tech Plus. I think that's the same chipset anyway, so it should be compatible. But let's double check. So if you look at motherboards A320, because all of these have to be compatible with each other, right? So if you look, this is his motherboard right now. Socket is AM4. That means as long as it's Ryzen, if you look at their CPU, all of them have the same socket. Right, so any one of these we are good to pick. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. And in terms of the PSU, the power supply, he has a 500 watt PSU. That should be plenty enough actually. Good, alright. And then the cooler, the CPU cooler, normally that should be okay as well, but just to be on the safe side. Ryzen Tech Themis. Let's see, CPU cooling, Ryzen Tech Themis. Yes, socket AM4. Okay, that's good. It's actually compatible with AM4 and looks like for both AMD and Intel CPUs. Height is 165, no problem. It's already installed there, so we can easily install a Ryzen 5 quad-core 1400. Okay, let's go and pick Ryzen. So this is his minimum. This guy right here, the 170. I think I can get for him a 190, this one, the 1500X. Same wattage, more powerful. Let's try that out, okay? That's 190. Alright. And then for GPU, so if we consumed 190, we still have 500 left, right? 510 for the GPU. That means we might actually be able to get this guy right here. Ooh. Will his PC be able to handle it? Yeah, his PSU is 500 watts. This should be okay, I think. Yes. And then in terms of the length, 277 millimeters, we have to make sure that it will fit his casing. So if we look at his stats here, Ryzen Tech Asterion Plus. Okay, let's have a look at the shop. Case, Ryzen Tech Asterion Plus, max GPU length is 340 millimeters. Okay, so that's good. 340 millimeters, and this guy is only 277. So I think that actually works because look at this. If we sum that up, that's less than 700, right? He might be able to do that. Go all in for him. He will be a very happy bunny there. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, let's go and buy him that. I think he'll be happy. Good. Let's turn that off for now. Okay, so we have that lined up. So what we'll be doing, and I want to take note of this. So upgrade AMD Ryzen 5 quad core 1500X, and upgrade GTX 980 Ti gaming 6G. Okay, so we know what we have to install for him. So these are the 3 things that we have to do for this PC, and I want to take note of this because I will forget otherwise. Okay, that looks good. And then the next guy here, what is this? My rig is running really slow lately. Appreciate it if you could replace the CPU with something better. Okay, I think I started taking notes for this guy, right? I said here, replace CPU, he has 400 budget. Hoping for 8 gig of memory if you can stretch to that. Alright, he wants Intel, replace CPU Intel, and new components. New components only. So he wants Intel, but CPU with something better. Okay, so whatever is fitting his budget, that's better. Okay, that makes sense. And then 8 gig of memory. So currently he has, let's have a look, 4 gig. Alright, he wants 8 gig, so we can easily just add one of those things here. Mortoni Value Supreme 4 gig. So memory, Mortoni Value Supreme 4 gig 2133, that's the guy. Okay, so that's 35 from his budget. That's easy peasy. Let's take note of it. Yeah, add 4 gig Mortoni Value Supreme 4 gig. Okay, add RAM. I have to be very detailed here so I don't forget. And then now let's have a look at his PC. I hope he currently has an Intel motherboard so we don't have to replace the entire thing. Intel compatible motherboard, yes indeed, he has an i5 6500. Alright, so if we look at the parts here, i5 6500, that's this guy. So he needs something better. He needs one of these at the top. So whatever his budget allows. He has 400. We've already consumed 35 of them, right? Is that right? Yes. Good. So he has how much left? 300 something. We won't really reach that much, I think, because the top of the line, if you guys remember a while ago, if we stick to Intel, yeah, it's not even going to reach 300 in here. So if we want, oh, we have some 6700s here, but I don't think they're new. He wants new parts only. Yeah, these are all used. Yeah, we'll save that for someone who's scrimping on the budget. Alright, but yes, I think we should be able to buy this guy, LGA 1151. Yeah, it's the same here as what he has, right? Let's have a look again. i5 6500, i5 6500. Yeah, looks good. 65 watts. This one has higher watts though, so I'm a bit I have some reservations about that. But he has a 550 PSU, so no problem there. He should be able to handle more than that. Yeah, that's okay. That is okay. Okay. So let's get him the top of the line. These guys are rich. Let's add that to cart and he should have enough. Yeah, 250 plus 35, that's 285. That's well within his budget of 400. Okay, that's great. So we are getting from him an Intel i7 6700K. So Intel i7 6700K. Right? Something like that. So we keep note of all those things. Good. Oh, shopping for the win. Let's also accept this one because I've done that problem before. I've had that mistake before. I bought all the parts and I forgot to accept the PC. So I couldn't even fix it because it's not with me. Okay, what is this? Movie Maniacs. Series Retrospective, Sonic Monk Trilogy. Okay. Rip my Blu-rays. Do something. Oh, is it this guy? Oh, the guy with the story. Yeah, Sonic Monk Trilogy. Have you guys watched that? Not technically canon. Oh, those things. Replace HDD. Okay. What is your HDD? This guy, Seagate Barracuda 1TB. Okay, I don't think there are any other special requirements. Blake Patter ... replace HDD to let me change this term. Upgrade CPU to, and this is one, replace HDD, which is the Seagate Barracuda 1TB. Seagate Barracuda 1TB. Good. And let's go and buy it. If you go to storage, Seagate Barracuda 1TB. There's only one 1TB in here, so this is the guy. 60 is his budget, or well, this is how it'll cost him in terms of parts. But what is his budget? 100. Okay, no problem. No problem. All right, so and that's it. Good. And don't forget to accept the job. Looks like next episode, guys, I'll be fixing lots of PCs again. I hear you work with computers. Okay, this guy. Ooh. I think my PC is getting old, so let's list this one. Visa.grove. PC is getting a bit old. Graphics card isn't up to standards. Okay, so upgrade GPU. Okay. 16 gig of RAM. Upgrade to 16 gig of RAM. ASAP, please. It's urgent. Okay, no problem. No problem. Team group. What we can do is, if he has RAM, if she has RAM already, I think it's a she. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so normally I would have said, if they want 16 gig of RAM, I'll just look at their current one. They have 8. I'll just add the exact same module. But in our case, that's actually not going to work. This is starting to get tricky. Yeah, because I look at that. Team group components. Team group is a different brand altogether. So that means we need to get 2 8 gigs of team group. So let's see. So if we go to memory here and we look for team group, yeah, look at that. It's not the DFA or DFA. What was it? DFL, sorry. Yeah, that one. Not, so we cannot use that. Has to be team group 8 gig. So 8 gig. What's the color of their other? Oh, I didn't see their PC. Couldn't see their PC here. Cryorig M9A, Cooler Master, so it looks like gray and red. Although we will be upgrading the GPU as well, but yeah, I guess that's okay. We can keep it red like this. So 8 gig. Let's buy 2 of those. We can actually buy a 16 gig, but normally it's always advisable to buy 2 memory slots for that dual memory advantage in performance. So we buy 2 of these, 1 and 2. Okay, so that's 160 off their budget. Upgrade to 16 gig RAM. Team group 2 times 8 gig. Okay, and then the GPU. Their current GPU is GTX 960 Gaming 4G. Okay, GTX 960 Gaming 4G. I think this is the one, right? Let's double check. LE MSI, is that MSI? Yes, I think maybe it just didn't fit. Okay, but it's this one. And how much did they have again? So 160 is what they consume from their budget. They have a budget of 800, so that's what, 640? I hope I'm doing my maths here correctly. 640. Oh yeah, that should be okay. That should be no problem. We can buy another one of those high-end GPUs for them. 980 Ti Golden Edition. Granted, it's not going to be red though, so maybe we'd want to stick to the red just for the sake of colors, because the performance is pretty close anyway. This one, right? 6G instead of the Golden Edition. Gaming 6G. Oh, I have to be very specific here. Golden Edition. because I am going to upgrade the GPU here most probably with the MSI GTX 980 Ti gaming 6G red color, right? Yes, let's go and be as detailed as possible so we don't forget, because we'll be doing all of these guys in the next episode as much as we can. So let me just do one more check. So 277mm. Let me add that to cart already. And their casing is oh, they only have 500 as well. I think that should be okay. That should be okay. Cooler Master H500P, I'm pretty confident that they can handle this. H500P, maximum GPU length is 412. Yeah, and what we're getting is this guy. 277 only. So indeed, that works. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and accept that. Okay, let's say it's urgent. But we'll be fixing it the next day anyway, so no problem. So GPU, 16 gig RAM, team group components. I don't think there are team group components for GPUs, right? That's only for RAM. Yeah, okay. Because they mentioned team group components, but they want to upgrade both GPU and RAM, so just to be on the safe side. Okay, cool. So that's pretty cool there. We have 4 PCs in total on the way. And this guy might be maybe 2 episodes from now. We'll get into 3D Mark score. But the cool thing here is we get to analyze it. Really need this done quickly. Oh, yikes. It's urgent, apparently. Ooh, yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we'll need to get the score first, right? Oh, no, they actually have a benchmark already. Oh, that is interesting. That is interesting. So, just from looking at this, what do you guys think will be a worthy upgrade for him? As a 500 budget, I would upgrade his RAM and probably the CPU. Because his CPU looks like pretty meh. i3 GTX 970 is a pretty good GPU even until now, and the RAM, I think he should be able to upgrade that easily enough, right? Yeah, that might actually be worth it. Ooh. Okay, so let's see. McQueen, upgrade CPU, upgrade RAM, urgent. Alright, looking good, guys. But yes, let us do that. Let's see what we need to buy for them. They have a $500 budget. Let's get them 16 gig of RAM. I think that's going to be great for gaming, right? So they currently have a team group. So let's get them one of those same things. So if you look in the cart, right? Team group, we just buy 2 more of those. That should be good enough. And then in terms of CPU, they had a currently i3 6320. i3 6320, okay. i3 6320. Yeah, that should be okay. Alright, but yes, let me get this guy, the CPU, and next episode, guys, it's time to fix all of these PCs. Oh my goodness, it's going to be intense. Anyway, hope we got some bit of retail therapy in there. We'll catch you on the next episode for some shopping. We'll get lots of stuff here. Catch you in the next one, guys. This is Clumsy signing off. See you soon. Bye-bye.